Calling all Amazon shoppers and lovers of Bitcoin. Want to enjoy huge discounts while shopping with Bitcoin and save on millions of products? Purse.io is now better than ever before. With Name Your Discount, users stand to save an average of 15% on all their purchases. Buy now. Instantly search for Amazon items on Purse.io and save 5% just by using Bitcoin to check out. Purse.io. Finally, a reason to use Bitcoin.
Hello and welcome to Day 4 of the 2017 Blood in the Streets America's Dota 2 Championship, supported by our partners over at Purse.io and Antlion Audio, and brought to you by firstblood.io, the first blockchain-powered esports platform. My name is Quicksilva, and joining me again today will be Sky and Doggy Sandwich. Let me get them online. Hey, can you hear me? Sky, Doggy. Hello. Oh. Well. A little bit of a technical foul right there. We'll get them online in just a second. But today we have CES vs Mind's Eye coming up. This will be a lower bracket elimination match. One of these teams will be going home. So hang tight for just a second while I get my casters live. All right. We are back. Boys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey.
How we doing today?
Doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well, thanks. Excited for some more Dota?
Always, man. Come on.
Same.
Now, I mentioned this just briefly to our viewers. This is a lower bracket match. One of these teams is facing elimination.
Yeah,
Pressure's on the line. Well, I think CES was the team that pulled out the Meepo strategy, correct? Was that against?
That was Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye did Meepo.
I always cross them. I always mess them up. Yeah, I think that was a very risky attempt by Mind's Eye.
They fifth picked it though.
Yeah.
Were they really thinking that it was risky? Because they fifth picked it. It's not like they show any cards going into it.
Well, what I mean by risky is just that it's a hero that has a lot of.
It's still
flaws.
a Meepo.
Yeah, like it's either you stomp completely, or you get stomped completely. I mean, that's any Dota game, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not a Meepo lover. I don't believe in him.
You're a hater.
Not a hater.
All right.
I just don't think he's up to snuff. I've seen so many teams with so much on the line attempt to just win it all with a Meepo pick, and it just never pans out. Like there's so many answers to it. Even if you don't have an answer, you can just give him a hard time in lane and then call it a day.
That sounds like hating to me.
That's all I'm hearing.
Well, give me your thoughts on Meepo.
I think it can certainly just work in a general sense of it. I mean, it's not like we're talking about an Abed Meepo out here.
Or Weehaw.
Exactly.
Or No Tail.
But when is the last time we saw No Tail pick Meepo in a pro game?
I don't think he ever picks it. It's more of other people give it to him. I'm being devil's advocate here.
I almost want to say it was really recently. I could be wrong. Now I'm curious.
I haven't seen OG play in too much lately.
They've been playing in Dream League.
Qualies?
Yes.
How they doing?
I think they're still in the running for qualifying. I haven't been watching it like too much because I've been getting ready for bits. But you have got me curious on this.
On the last time Meepo has surfaced. I mean, he's powerful. It's just I feel like he exposes you to a lot of unnecessary woe.
Yeah, that's if you pick him early, but that's why you last pick him in the draft.
Yeah.
When you look and you see that there's nothing that looks like it'll be a terrible Meepo game, and you're like, I'll give it a shot, see what happens. Unfortunately for Mind's Eye, when they tried that against Leviathan, that was not the best showing.
Not the best.
Hey, man, Captain Hindsight will show up, and he'll tell us exactly what we need to know.
As always.
So let's talk a little bit more about CES. I believe they played against. Let me get it right because I'm always wrong. Yeah, Gorilla's Pride.
Right.
Looking back at the games, one of the most contested heroes between CES and Gorilla's Pride was Puck. Do you think we'll see a proliferation of that against Mind's Eye? Will Puck be one of the heroes that is needed on either team?
Based off of what we've seen so far, if anybody needs it, it would be CES because Mind's Eye didn't play it neither one of their games. They went with the Invoker in the first game and the Beastmaster in the side lane, and then the second game they had a Brew and the Meepo.
Yo, Puck has been chosen 10 times in this tournament with a 20% win rate.
Wow.
As much as there's been heavy contestment on this hero, doesn't matter.
That's crazy. That's a really low win rate.
And that's one of the most picked heroes across the tournament so far.
Yeah.
Puck.
Right. That's,
Actually is the most picked hero across the tournament right now.
okay, so are you trying to pretend like it's not a good hero?
I'm trying to say that if they aren't having success with Puck, having chosen and putting so much focus on it, is it still worth picking Puck?
Another hero that I think is of note is Spirit Breaker. Gorilla's Pride took him game 1 to great success, followed by CES first picking it in the next game, and then taking a game off Gorilla's Pride. Gorilla's Pride just straight out banned it in the last game and was able to take the series. Probably a hero that we will see.
Probably. Right. We will. It's just a matter of, does he actually get to play tonight?
Right. Is he going to be banned out again?
With the way things have been going, I wouldn't be surprised if he sneaks through like the first phase ban, because he hasn't been like the biggest target at the beginning of a draft, and it's more of a, I don't want to say hindsight, it's an afterthought. There's something else. It's an afterthought where, you know, you look at the first phase, you look at the few heroes they have, and you're like, you know, maybe they actually want to run at us for the first 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, so we should take a Spirit Breaker off the table. That doesn't really cross anybody's mind. That's where he's been able to actually creep up in the second phase. We haven't had to go all the way down to third phase. I don't think anybody...
Third phase ban on SB?
I was going to say, I don't think there's anybody... There might have been like one team that's had a third phase support pick, but one of those things that's, it's rare.
Yeah. Yeah, usually the roamers are fleshed out in the earlier phases of the draft. But we have been seeing, we talked about this a little bit last night, a lot of roamers are hogging all the early ban slots. You're seeing the Night Stalker removed, the Earth Spirit, the Spirit Breaker.
Has there really been a lot of Earth Spirit bans? There's been, I don't think there's been that many Earth Spirit.
No, I mean not Earth Spirit specifically, but it seems like people are really trying to get those top tier roamers off the table.
I'm feeling like a lot of it comes down to, is there a Brewmaster in this game? Is there a Beastmaster in this game?
Yeah.
Is there a Quap in this game? Because those are the ones that we're seeing shining through all of the bullshit.
Yeah, Beast or Brew, they're either both banned or one of them sneaks through. And I'd say those are the two of the strongest offliners right now.
And chiming back on your Earth Spirit commentary, there has only been 3 picks of Earth Spirit so far, but is holding a 66% win rate at that. And
it's only been picked 3 times, so 2 out of 3 is pretty good.
Yeah, well, most of the picking of Earth Spirit has been on Sacred, although Mind's Eye has picked it and lost beforehand as well.
Right.
Yeah, top performers in this tournament so far, we got Mirana and Ancient Apparition. 80% win rate on those two.
Neither one of them surprised me too much with all the games being real aggressive, really fight heavy. You're talking about a hero that can escape at will as long as she has all 3 leaps up, or the king of firstblood.io going to get their teams that early lead just so they can snowball to the 20 and 30 minute games that we've had time and time again.
Yep. Early pressure, stop healing. AA is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. And Mirana, how do you kill her? How do you kill her if she has 3 leap charges? I don't think you can. X marks the spot is the only answer.
Yeah, but Kunkka is something that nobody has even thought about, really, except for you, Silva.
I know. I keep bringing it up.
Yeah,
but
only you.
No one seems to want to play it. He hasn't been picked once, has he?
No, not picked or banned, completely ignored. Because he's good for that sense of like trying to catch a really mobile hero, but his early game is kind of shaky for the most part. You're either hoping you have somebody to set you up for your torrents, or you're fishing for blind torrents, or you have to stand on top of somebody to X them, which isn't really good in the meta right now.
I agree.
I'm
gonna go with a hard no, even though he's got that crazy fleet of ghost ships that he can launch now with the talent tree.
That's the 25, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's a support 25. Are we worried about support
Probably.
25s? Come on, man.
I
So
just think it's
far,
silly. All right, that's it.
we're just moving into the draft stage now, and Nyx has been banned out by CES, followed by a Wyvern ban on Mind's Eye. Wyvern's one of your favorites, Sky, yeah?
You could say that.
10 seconds remaining.
I'd say it for you if you didn't.
We saw the Wyvern doing some work last night in one of the later games. Unbelievable saves.
Night Stalker being removed. Nyx also. I would love to see Night Stalker at some point in time.
And that Spirit Breaker that everybody was talking about, not going to see a lane in this game, maybe reserved for the second game. But I guess with Mind's Eye taking them out in the first phase, unless they get the first pick, they wouldn't let it go again. Because again, like you all said, it's a pretty good hero. Been dictating so many games, like from Horn to the end.
Yep. The tempo control of the game is just unbelievable by that hero. Ooh, a Death Prophet ban. That's interesting.
That's a new one. We haven't seen anything of that extent so far. And I wonder why they're targeting out the Death Prophet. Maybe they've got something up there.
Oh wow, and Furion
up their sleeve for what they're thinking for their mid lane.
I would say that both of those bans are powerful heroes. Personally, I would never want to be playing against a Furion. He applies pressure in ways that other heroes just can't. And there, of course, our boy Brewmaster, picked up by CES.
Leaves Mind's Eye with the first double. I don't know. The only thing that really comes to mind with Mind's Eye is both the games we've seen.
And there's the. It's like
yes,
like clockwork. Like clockwork.
I mean, Beastmaster wasn't banned, so they were gonna make it happen.
Why not? He's everything you need in an offlaner. He's very, very powerful on his own. Just like Brewmaster is.
I don't know. I kind of think some of the
survivability.
games we've seen of him say otherwise for everything you need, because he's had some decent matchups and left one-on-one in a couple of games and still hasn't been able to really hold it down. So Mind's Eye might have to show us otherwise with that and see if he actually lives up to all the hype.
I like the Rubik pick, especially against Brewmaster. If you can steal that ultimate, it does wonders for your team. Any ultimate he can get really usually goes miles.
I mean, that's if you actually have the micro for it. There's a reason why he's a Rubik player, not the Brew player.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm kind of talking about myself there. If I'm playing Rubik, I don't take split. I know better. I'll make do with something else.
You don't take split? You don't level
I'm
it?
afraid of the M word, dude. There's a reason why I don't play like heroes that require more than one unit.
But if anything, you can just split and then just right-click your fountain and pray.
Or I could take a
What?
skill that I could actually
Right-click my fountain.
Yeah, if he's not gonna micro, just use it to run away and live. I think you got to readdress your Brewmaster skill build. So Jakiro, I'd say that's, I don't know, top 3 best supports. He pushing power, ton of disables.
You know, we've seen Jakiro picked or banned
10 seconds remaining.
in 76% of our games, but he's holding just under a 40% win rate right now.
I think there's a lot that actually goes to that Jakiro pick. Like, to some degree, I think it's kind of a steal to Mind's Eye, because what I was trying to say earlier is that in both the games we saw of Mind's Eye versus Leviathan, they picked Jakiro both games. So something they're really potent to, and they still need a 5 position, has a little flexibility as well. So on CES's mind to take it from them. Now, the problem with them taking Jakiro is they're taking it against the Rubik. So if you want to talk about a universal good steal to have, Ice Path. no cast point ice path. Like,
It's
on a Rubik,
crazy.
that's so good.
It's crazy good.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Rubik
5 seconds remaining.
at 25, all of his spells deal like 100% more damage if he has his aura on to you. It's like it's so unfair. I mean, if we see level 25 Rubik, we're gonna have bigger things to be talking about. But
yeah.
that's he's a very cool hero.
I would love to see that Rubik get 25. That means there's magic happening.
I'd like to see it, but I'm not very hopeful for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold my breath.
I've still been kind of sad to see the his GPM talent go away, but I mean, with some of the Stellar Rubiks that are out there in Tier 1, it seemed like it was only a matter of time, because it was like no matter if you put him in 4 or 5, he wound up with like 4 items at the end of every game, Blink Force, maybe a Yule, depending on who you're talking about, and probably an Ags. It was a little much, I'm not gonna lie.
And it wasn't even that big of a talent. 60 gold per minute, right?
Yeah, it was just 60, but it was his level 10.
Yeah, that trickle just lasts the whole game. Not bad at all.
But with that, we see Weaver getting taken off the table, a couple of mids in the Viper and the Puck. The also elusive Puck that Sky did not want to see in the game, because it's like, why would you play Puck? Apparently he's not, or it's not doing good.
Yeah, why are you going to play it? You got 20% win rate. Get the hell out of here.
Then why ban it if it's so bad?
I'm not saying not to ban it.
It's just like you should have left it on the table. Let the other team take it. Let them take the hot potato if they will.
Yeah, right. Puck is a 94% pick ban rate.
Now, I think the question here is, who will take the Marana? Because she is on the table.
It looks better on Mind's Eye right now because you have 2 setups for it.
Yep.
The roar. I mean, if you need to roar and arrow something, it's overkill, but it can happen. But for applicable, you have lift in the arrow. And with lift in the arrow, you also will have ice path in the arrow sometimes.
There's the Earth Spirit coming out.
Good old Earth Spirit.
Strong roamer when, I mean, Night Stalker, Spirit Breaker not available. He brings so much to the table. Like, I'm loving Mind's Eye's draft right now in terms of how much disable it has. And that's another really good roamer. These are going to be some interesting fights. It's basically going to be a war of who can initiate cleaner first, I think.
And this is going to be our first Slardar pick of the Bits tournament.
Oh, wow.
No.
10 seconds
Is it? It
Yep.
shouldn't.
It is. It certainly
Yep.
is.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't really care to check behind it. I feel like we've seen one
I'm
game.
sitting on that stats page, yo.
But you have to remember the game, the Sacred and Blue Pikachu, the one that blew up the server. That's not in the stats, and that is a game that had a Slardar.
Oh, snap! Doggy got him. He had to do it to you.
Off game.
No,
off ticket?
the one that we were casting where the server died on Tuesday.
The one
There
that
was a Slardar
didn't
in
have
the
a
game.
conclusion.
Yes.
I don't know if we can count it, but I also feel like we have to count it as a game played, you know?
That one doesn't count as a game played because that's not the one that goes on record, but it was said that we have not seen a Slardar in bits. We have seen one Slardar in bits. This will be the second.
Doggy, good call. They do pull out the Marana on Mind's Eye.
Oh, that's so good.
Yep. Because they have flex right now. They can take it mid. They can take it safe.
10 seconds remaining.
They can do almost anything they want with this Marana.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like CES has a safer draft right now.
What makes you say safer? Because they don't need the execution of hitting all the Earth Spirit skills and like hitting arrows
That-
as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because they got Billy and Jimmy over here. They can just throw down that liquid fire on the towers.
Double Dragon, yeah. But I to some degree I want to say the problem is he's the only tower hitter, and I mean that's good in the early game because Jagiro's great for taking your level 1s as a support, or your tier 1s as a support, but like tier 2s, tier 3s, do you really want to put him on the front line? Although I will say that with the lineup he has, he does have a beefy front line to allow him to actually step up to a tower. Having a brew to be able to dive past the tower and primal split, the Slardar just to give him some vision, and the Timbersaw just having fun in all the trees. So I could agree with you on that.
All right, I can appreciate you on it.
So, what is
TA band out.
what do these teams need to wrap this up between CES and Mind's Eye?
Well, Mind's Eye needs we're assuming a safe laner, but they need another core. Maybe I don't know. They have everything covered. Maybe another like low cooldown stun would be nice because they have magical damage with Earth Spirit once he gets his ult. They have it with Mirana if they want to go with that route, but she'll probably be physical. Beastmaster gives them the vision, also tags on a little more physical damage. So they have a lot of stuff. They might want a tower hitter. Like Mirana could work for that, but getting later game trying to talk about taking high ground, they might not want to put her in jeopardy and leave her on the front line for like Blink Crush into Ice Path into whatever comes from a primal split. So something a little beefier there might help. CES, on the other hand, goes with an Invoker.
The Invoker's an interesting choice. They don't have enough things to make it so that Invoker's going to be able to have an easy time in the early to mid game phase. There's a lot of rotation that will happen from Mind's Eye here, and I mean, they've got Jakiro and they've got Slardar who can help back him up, but that's not the same sort of roaming potential that you're going to find from like a Rubik Earth Spirit combo.
What's his last pick going to be? Another Phantom Assassin.
I love Phantom Assassin, and we're going to be riddling the ground with those lovely little tombs.
I'm just sitting there thinking about it. It's a decent PA game, I would say. I mean,
PA is so annoying. She really is. I lost 2 games against PA today.
Really?
Once she gets going, it's just so hard to stop her. If they don't give her hell on that safe lane, and I mean, it's going to be Timber versus an Earth Spirit, Rubik, and a PA. That's not a fun time for Timber. They could really abuse him, I think.
I don't think Timbersaw is going to be getting enough out of this game in general. There isn't a lot that he's going to do for shutting down strength heroes because it's just Beast and Earth. It's not like a 5 melee core strat like yesterday that we saw.
The rarity in the world.
The rarity that takes the W.
Actually, that wasn't 5 melee strength. It was 4 melee strength and agility melee.
The
Can't
jug.
forget there was a jug in there.
The yug. All right. Game 1 of lower bracket round 1. This is CES versus Mind's Eye. Who will take the first game? Good luck, have fun to both teams.
So we never actually talked about this. Do you have a side that like you would pick to win this is based off of the draft? Like we kind of hinted at it, but we never like flat out said who we wanted.
I feel like this is like kind of an awkward draft on both parties, but I would probably want to give it to Mind's Eye, to be quite honest. And I think really that has to be around them having a Phantom Assassin. If we're looking carry to carry, that Phantom Assassin is going to be able to pull out some stupid RNG 1300-ish damage crits. Who even knows? One Shot and Billy and Jimmy and all those other friends. Who knows?
Mario's gonna have one of the worst nights of his life if he doesn't get some kind of defensive item. I can't even say early on because that's the 5 Jakiro. But so you're a believer in the RNG, huh?
I feel like right now I gotta believe in the RNG and I gotta believe in the Beastmaster.
Okay.
There's a reason why most of the teams are banning out Beastmaster, and if they're gonna give it to Mind's Eye, even though they haven't necessarily been as successful in the past, like, hey, let's see what happens, yo. A little bit of harassment here from Mario in the top lane here on Pump the Goat. Masera jumping in on here. He'll get the bounty rune.
Thanks,
Rolling
Cash.
Boulder. He's gotta get that cash money, yo.
Word. But, where are we looking? Have Mario. Is Mario thinking about? Oh, Mario's just coming back. This is his little pump. What was he doing down here? I think he was looking to get the bounty rune. The one that was sitting on the Radiant side. Couldn't find anything. Just wanted to go ahead and use his TP out. Make sure he didn't get caught across the river. But he's going to come join his PA and Rubik in the top, who's getting crushed, to have a tri-lane against MJW on this Brewmaster.
Rolling Boulder. Gonna be able to connect in on MJW. Here comes the clap. Naruto Uzumaki trying to throw out some damage of his own, but now MJW getting lifted up, drop back in, and now we've got a crush in here on Mazara. MJW back in the tree line, using a Fairy Fire, chasing him down, and he's taking some heavy fire. There's another Rolling Boulder, and Masera getting the first kill here on MJW.
That first blood.io. In the bottom lane, looking to see if they get Oscar. Found them in the trees with the whirling death. 1-1 across the board. Nothing going for free and looking like the start of another fast game.
Once upon a time, this was a game that we thought was going to go one way or the other, and now it's doing another thing.
Oh, okay.
Hey, man.
That's deep.
Speaking vaguely, yet deeply and truthfully. Hey, who knows? Mario rotating around, gonna grab that arcane rune in the bottom lane now. Maybe see a little bit extra movement coming out of him from here, but not too much just yet. Oscar being a nuisance in the bottom lane with his axes on DK, though. I feel that lane overall will favor the Timbersaw.
It's possible until boars don't even really mean anything as well. So yeah, I have to agree with you. Gonna be kind of hard for Oscar unless
top
he
lane
gets some
Cash
love.
getting hit with a crush by Naruto Uzumaki. Clap not gonna be able to hit yet from MJW.
And that tree
barrel of laughs.
Yeah, that tree that they had cut out already, saving his life, giving him an extra path so he doesn't take any more damage, because they have one salve up here between the two of them. That's really it. Masara doesn't really care as he blinks in on MJW, gets backed up, crush and roll in, and Cash is looking like he's in trouble one more time. Gets the lift on Naruto, throws him back. Little pump trying to get the block, but can't put the booty in his face.
We got the Slithering
Not big
Crush
enough.
available now. Are they going to look to try and turn back in on us? MJW is certainly looking to be aggressive here. He's got 8 magic stick charges, so it's not unrealistic
Not at
for him to
all.
want to try and take a fight down to the granules of his HP.
I think they're really looking to see if Cash steps up a little too far again, but he's just trying to get a pull on the backside. He understands the danger that he's in. Nobody can really help him up. Doesn't want Masara to come off this dive, wants him to hold it for herself. So, don't really think anything's happening anytime soon.
Yeah, Timbersaw is having a great game right now. So is Bruce. So is the Invoker.
No, we haven't talked about the middle lane. You say that it's great. It's even, but that is great for Invoker because, the weakest part of his game is starting off before he can actually build up the exort and get a little bit of oomph in his lane. So,
Oh, yeah. Before the Magician has any of his power. Understanding what Wex means in the world and Quas and Exort.
I think he understands it. It's just being able to actually hone in on the
I don't know if he
interchannelings and
understands what Wex is because there's no points in it, all right? It's an
He'll get there
anomaly to him
sometime.
right now.
He'll get there.
For sure, for sure. Pretty uncommon that Invoker's going to go heavy in Wex early on, any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that seems like more of a plan of the old when you were looking for like the big spellcaster, but now the strat for Invoker tends to hinge around having Sunstrikes and people setting up for you, which they have a couple of setups. Most importantly, Naruto, who's coming around the middle lane, taking a look at Fuzzy Sloth. Has a level 1 sprint, so that's going to be the long dash, but maybe mainly looking to hang around Annihilate to make sure Little Pump can't get anything on him. The ward going down as well. Expiring out, so I'm going to have a little harder time initiating on him unless they see him poking a little too far down.
Oscar's taking a dual breath. Here's a crush. Sunstrike connecting in on him as well. Oscar takes some heavy damage, down to 180 HP. They're chasing him down underneath the tower. Oh, he gets that crush off. I think they'll be able to finish him. There we go. Mario getting the kill on Oscar overall. And, you know, because we were past the 5-minute mark, could be likely for the teams to make use of their shrines. Make some magic happen there.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have good use of it, mainly because there's been a lot of harassing, but not a lot of kills. This has been one of the quieter games that we've had in bits so far, looking kind of reminiscent to the Leviathan game, Leviathan and Mind's Eye, when it was like 1-1 5 minutes in or something crazy like that. But could have something happening in the bottom as we see CES pushed far past the tower. Get a TP in coming in from the Rubik. Gets a lift on Mario and the roll.
Jumping in on here. There's the kickoff on Pump. Mario able to TP out last second almost. And look at this. We've got so much movement happening around the bottom lane. They've actually moved 4 from Mind's Eye down here. So Invoker's having a good, easy time. And you don't want to leave a Brewmaster and a PA to their own devices, because Brewmaster will be able to get some nice advantage off this, but we do have Masera at level 6, so RNG can be something that takes hold at any point in time.
You know, you say that it's kind of a two-way RNG. It does work in Masera's favor because every swing that